Colby. I jolted awake, the stench of Dad's beer pouring over me. Dad's shadowy figure hovered over me as I lay in bed. My bedroom was completely dark, aside from the moonlight shining from the window. He whispered, "Come on, we got a mission." "Mission? What?" "Shh." He tapped my lips with his finger. "Come on." I staggered out of bed. "Here." Dad forced my shoes into my hands. I stepped into them even though I hadn't any pants on. I whispered, "Where are we going?" Rather than answering, Dad stepped out of my room. I scurried close behind. He led me out the back door and around the side of the house. There, my and my mom's bikes leaned against our chain-link fence. Dad struggled to untangle the bikes from each other. Pulling out mine, he wheeled it to me. "Here." I grabbed the handles. He pushed Mom's bike out the gate. I followed. Once we got to the road, Dad clumsily mounted Mom's bike like a fat man putting on pants, dancing side to side until he leveled it out. I mounted mine and rode up next to him. It felt weird riding in my underwear. "Where are we going?" Dad spoke in a normal voice. "We got to give some folks a message." "What message?" He didn't answer and just pumped the pedals, occasionally weaving. I had to keep my eye on him so we wouldn't smash into each other. We rode for several blocks, turning down one street and the next. I hadn't a clue what time it was, but the sky was black and stars were bright. Some of the house's living room lights were on, letting me know it probably wasn't too late. When we left the house, Mom's bedroom lights were off. After fighting with Dad, she complained of a headache and headed to bed when I did. The distant bark of a dog and the stale smell of rust and oil let me know we were approaching J.R. Parts, a run-down junkyard at the end of our neighborhood, surrounded by a 10-foot barbed wire fence threaded with green plastic. I avoided this place. The rows of piled, twisted metal and the half-crazed Rottweiler guarding the grounds scared me. I'd passed through the gate only once. Tag's uncle worked there. My classmate often talked about J.R. Parts like he owned the place, occasionally bringing a small car part to school, like a busted spark plug or an odometer. As I feared, Dad steered his wobbly bike down a dark alley lined with tall hedges on one side and the 10-foot fence on the other. I stopped and straddled my bike. Dad looked over his shoulder. "Come on." His wheels squeaked and he struggled to keep his bike upright. I breathed and headed down the alley. Dad slowed to a stop. He dropped the bike to the ground as he stumbled his way out. I lay my bike next to his and followed. We walked along the fence, Dad looking through the translucent plastic in the fence at the towering piles of smashed cars. He stopped when we reached a wide aisle between the towers. The Rottweiler paced in front of a brightly lit trailer. Shadows through the curtains and the occasional rock of the trailer let me know people were moving around inside. "Perfect," Dad whispered. He reached into his pants and pulled out the shiny handgun. Clicking a small switch on the side, he held it out to me. "Here." Slowly I took the gun. Dad gripped the side of the fence and jabbed at the green plastic. It cracked and he ripped open a hole. "Point the gun through there." I centered myself behind the hole and poked the gun's barrel through the hole. "Okay, now shoot the dog." I backpedaled. "No way!" "Don't you know who owns this place? It's those dipshits who nearly killed your dad. If we don't let them know we mean business, they'll be back." He thumbed the fence. "Now shoot that mutt." The Rottweiler barked at the trailer, sniffed around, and barked again. Dad's eyes were bearing down on me. I shook my head. "Boy," he shook a finger at me, "remember how you knocked down all 3 cans in one shot? You're a dead eye. I ain't never been so proud of you." I started to smile, though I know that can shot was pure luck. "Now show us how you done it before." I looked to the dog, shaking. "But, damn, boy, I'm drunk as hell. I can't hit him. And we gotta send him a message, else they'll be back for me. You don't want him knocking the piss out of your old man, do you?" "No." "Take the shot."